Hey Falcon fans, I'm Thomas Mott. Welcome into Atlanta Falcons today. Let's jump into your mailbag questions. I haven't done a mailbag in a while. That's on me, but I want to go ahead and answer as many mailbag questions as I can via our subscribers. And of course, subscribers are the only ones who can actually get their questions answered. So here we go. John Smith says, #Falcons. Wide receiver is most important free agent position because for the price of one free agent premium pass rusher, Falcons could sign two solid starting quality wide receivers. True. The draft is loaded with defensive ends, defensive tackles, with some decent offensive linemen sprinkled in. That is where the Falcons should be looking for help on defense. I totally agree. But I do want to preface something. The Falcons won't rebuild in free agency, and you mentioned that earlier. Right? You're not going to go out and get some sort of, pass rusher who solves all their problems. Look at this past week. Falcons went ahead and cut Dante Fowler. What did they try to do with Fowler just 2 years ago? He was the big, splashy defensive end signing. He just came off of 11.5 sacks in L.A., next to Aaron Donald, by the way, so no double teams. But he was going to fix the defense, and it turns out that he wasn't going to fix the defense. And Mike Davis going to fix the running game. He's just going to fix it. No, stop. Free agency is a place to go ahead and add some icing on the cake, some nice little pieces here and there. The draft is where you actually build. The draft is where you actually go ahead and get better. Hence why I agree with John saying that you get wide receiver in free agency, and then you go ahead and get trench players, especially on the defensive line in the NFL draft. George Karlaftis, David Ojabo, those are two guys who will be there at number 8. It's like we talked about earlier this week. Todd McShay has Drake London, the wide receiver, mocked at number 8. You can't go wide receiver inside the top 10 if you're the Falcons. They have way too many needs, especially at key positions. Add break pin comment down below. Are you more excited for the draft or for free agency? If you say free agency, you're crazy. But I guess you can say whatever you want because I asked. Draft for me, though. I'm so pumped for the NFL draft. The NFL draft where the Falcons can really rebuild, get bigger, get better, get stronger, especially on the defensive front. If you guys are pumped for that, let me know down below right now. Next question comes from Cameron Christie. We're going to sign Christian Kirk. Should we draft Trenton? I think you mean Treylon Burks to revamp the offense. No. If you were to sign Christian Kirk, a receiver I talked about, be a free agent, really, really good, although severely underrated because he was behind D-Hop and, of course, A.J. Green up there with the Cardinals. I think Burks is a great option, but if you sign Christian Kirk, you do not need to go ahead and get Treylon Burks. I like the previous thought there. Is you get a wide receiver in free agency, then maybe you get a wide receiver in the draft, but Burks is going to be a first-round draft pick, so you don't want to spend a first-round draft pick on Burks. Maybe late round 2, early round 3, because you do need two weapons on the outside. We talked about that. As you look at the depth chart, a lot of these guys are not going to be here next year. For sure not Calvin Ridley. Russell Gage is on his final year of his deal. Like, there are a lot of available. Tajay Sharp, a lot of guys on free agency, and so I think getting two receivers is fine, but I don't think you can get two, aka one in free agency and then one in the first round, maybe one in free agency and one in the early third or late second round. I do love Treylon Burks, though. He is my favorite draft prospect in the wide receiver position. I think he's the best one. I know that London gets a lot of love, and Olave and Wilson get a lot of love. I think that Treylon Burks is the best wide receiver in this draft. If you guys agree, let me know down below. And also, who's your favorite draft prospect? Do you have a player you like more than any other? Let me know who that is down below. While you're at it, if you guys want to get betting on the off-season sports, aka the non-football sports, as basketball is in full swing post-All-Star break, baseball maybe in the future, but golf, of course, you can bet on. All the different sports out there. Their friends at BetUS, chatsports.com/BetFalcons. Promo code is Falcons125. Get you a 125% deposit bonus whenever you first sign up, and bet on whatever you want. Honestly, again, check out their website. A great place to go ahead and get to betting. Chatsports.com/BetFalcons. That promo code, again, is Falcons125. The Golden Rooster says, Falcons aren't the best team in the South. What? I don't see that at all. Not even close, even with Brady retiring. Are you sure? You don't think they're the best team in the South? Okay, look, here's the standings from last year, and obviously things are definitely going to change, and anyone can win the NFC South this year, and I'm not saying the Falcons are going to for sure be the best team in the South, but you got to realize all the different changes that have taken place in and among the NFC South. It is night and day different from what you see on your screen right now to where it is right now. Look at the starting quarterbacks, projected starting quarterbacks for next year, right? Matt Ryan, okay. Taysom Hill is your best cornerback signed for the Saints. Will they bring back Jameis Winston? Will they trade for somebody? Who knows? But as it stands, the Saints have Taysom Hill, the worst cap situation in the National Football League. Dennis Allen is their head coach, and not a lot of draft picks. So Saints not looking very good. The Panthers have Sam Darnold, right? Are they going to draft a quarterback, sign a quarterback? Who knows? But right now it's Sam Darnold not looking good. And the Bucs have Kyle Trask, who we have no idea if he's going to be good in the National Football League. A second-round draft pick of the Bucs last year. Brady's not going to come back. Do they make a trade for Deshaun Watson? Do they trade for Aaron Rodgers? I don't know. But the Bucs have the most talented roster, but they're not going very far without a quarterback, and Brady's not coming back to save them. So maybe they're the best in the South. Maybe they're not, but Atlanta is definitely in a very good position in the South because they have the most comfortable quarterback situation. And I would argue best head coach situation right now because because there's, some Bruce Arians drama happening with the Bucs. Drop a like if you guys think the Falcons are the best team in the NFC South. Give this video a thumbs up if you agree. I think that they can be if they have a very, very good draft, and obviously we'll cover it and find out here, obviously, in the next couple months. Draft Matt Corral and cut that overpriced anchor Ryan. Oh man, overpriced anchor. Yeah, you know me, Matt Ryan hater over here. No, you don't do that. Even if you want to draft a quarterback, which we talked about, that's fine. You keep Matt Ryan. You use Matt Ryan as the bridge quarterback, aka the guy to go ahead and hopefully win you football games this year while getting the younger quarterback ready. And I think Matt Ryan at least has 1 to 2 good years left of football. Corral is interesting. I've talked to people who think Corral's the best wide receiver in this draft. Now, personally, I'm a little iffy on Corral. That injury is not necessarily something that I like. I think he's a little too injury prone, but I do think he's probably a top 3 quarterback right now. I have Pickett, Willis, then Corral as my ranking, but I've seen people go Corral, Willis, then Pickett. Like, it shuffles, right? It's the NFL draft, so who really knows? But cutting Matt Ryan and drafting Matt Corral would be pretty lunacy stuff if you were to ask me. I'd rather trade Matt Ryan if you were going to go ahead and spend that high of a draft pick on Corral. Now, if any of this crazy stuff happens, I had someone talk to me yesterday, like, oh, what do you think if Denver were to trade for Matt Ryan? Is that possible? If it is, we'll cover it. That's the whole point here. That's the whole promise to you is we'll cover all of your Falcon news and rumors here on this channel. If you guys like Atlanta, you like the Falcons, go down below and hit that red subscribe button. We would greatly appreciate it. Trying to grow here and also trying to get you guys the best and most up-to-date content that we can. All right, Moritz Geiger, Moritz Geiger? I don't know how to say your name, sorry, butchered that. I think the Falcons should draft the best player available because Stingley, Hamilton, or Thibodeau could be available at pick number 8. I don't know. I saw this question earlier today and I thought about it. I'm like, I don't know if the Falcons can afford to go best available. Right, because maybe best available is a wide receiver. Maybe best available is a safety. Maybe best available is a linebacker, right? Those are 3 places that you need, and obviously you need help at, but yeah, you need a pass rusher. And that's my big problem right now. A lot of Falcon fans saying, go cornerback here, or definitely get a wide receiver here, or, go offensive line here, right? The Falcons have players at each one of those positions. They have a good left tackle in Jake Matthews, and I think Chris Lindstrom was fine at right guard. I know they have a lot of issues in the offensive line. Not saying it's fixed by any means, but it's not the worst position group that they have. Cornerback, they have A.J. Terrell. You can put a second-year guy in there, like a Darian Hall. You can draft somebody in the later rounds, but they still have A.J. Terrell, a top 3 corner in the league last year. They have nobody at pass rusher, especially defensive end. Oh, they have Grady Jarrett. Okay, stop. Okay, Grady Jarrett gets double-teamed every single snap and has very little actual on-paper production because of how little help he has. He's a great player. He's fantastic, but he needs help. I think that you can't go best available. I think you have to go biggest need, and you go biggest need in the order that it is, which of course is defensive end first, then offensive line, then wide receiver, then cornerback, right? That's how I would go right there. So defensive line, offensive line, wide receiver, cornerback, of course expecting Calvin Ridley to leave, hence why it's a little bit higher up there. So I do want to emphasize that I love Stingley, I love Hamilton, I love Thibodeau, but if any of those are available, you go Thibodeau. And if the only, the best player available is a wide receiver, then you still go pass rusher. Karlaftis or Jabo are 2 names to keep an eye on. I think they're definitely where I would go with the Falcons in the NFL draft. All right, we'll do it today on our mailbag video. Again, plenty more content coming up next couple of days and weeks, and more mailbag videos. So if your question did not get answered, now's your chance to go down below and ask another one. Hashtag Falcons in the comments section. Make sure you guys are a subscriber as well, because only the subscriber questions get pulled. That's how we do it here for Atlanta Falcons today. Make sure you get your questions in. We're going to enjoy the video. Enjoy the rest of your day.